Hi everyone, it's Giselle with a message for today. I know it's been a while since I've posted a video, and that's because I had to take some time out to help myself and to heal and develop my intuition even more to be able to help others because I've said this to many of my clients. If you don't help yourself first, you won't be in a position to help other people. And I like to give the analogy for when you're traveling in an airplane and when they do the safety announcement, they say if a case of emergency were to happen and the oxygen masks drop down, you have to put yours on first and then put the one on for anyone that needs help. Because if you don't put yours on, you try to help everyone else, you're going to be passed out by the time you get to yourself. So that's why it's important to take time out to care for yourself and not deplete yourself of any energies. Otherwise, you won't be any good to anyone. So I wanted to give a bit of an energy update and also some advice for people struggling on this journey, because I can understand and totally empathize how difficult it is really at times. And I've had a few clients feeling like they wanted to quit or, just felt very discouraged. But again, it's really to do with allowing yourself to take time out for you, because there could be a number of reasons why you're feeling discouraged and not just about the other person. Because believe it or not, a lot of this has to do with you. I would say the majority of it. And just a fraction would be regarding the other person. Because a lot of the things that are being reflected to you are things that you should be looking into rather than obsessing about the situation, about the other person, and just continuously relying on them for your happiness, for fulfillment, because that is a codependent connection that you are continuing on, and that is not what you should be looking to create. So what I titled this video as well is let them come to you, allow them to come to you. Because if you keep obsessing and you keep trying to make things happen and they don't, it's very draining on you. And the other person can subconsciously pick up on those stresses too. And it makes them also not very motivated to do their own work and in turn make their way back. They really need to work on themselves as well. And if you're not giving them the breathing room and space that they need to do that, it's going to be even more stressed out and even more difficult. So it is vital that you look within and you really focus on yourself and do what it is that you need to do to make yourself happy right now, whatever that looks like. Feel with your intuition and stop second guessing. And truly go with what makes you feel good. If you're being led in a certain direction, try not to question it, but just go with that. Because you're being guided, and every single one of us is intuitive. We just need to accept that, embrace that, and allow that to guide us. And I know a lot of people somehow find it very hard to understand why we would need to do a lot of the work by ourselves. And it is because a lot of the work is very intensive and very challenging. And it is not about being codependent, but rather to complement each other when we do align, and reunite. Because if you think that having regular relationships with people who are not this intensely connected on a spiritual level is already very difficult, imagine what it would be like if you were together and constantly having to go through such heavy healing. It's actually better to let them learn their lessons by themselves, and for you to learn your lessons by yourself. Because what I also like to tell my clients is that you cannot sit each other's exams for each other. So if you go and learn their lessons and pass their tests for them, they're not going to pass. They're going to fail, and they're going to have to do everything again. And that's the same for you. Certain events and certain lessons need to be learned individually. And if you can just trust in the divine and that there is a plan with that, and why it is better to do so will be made clear in time, it's going to be easier. Otherwise, you're going to constantly struggle and go against the flow, and it's just going to be 10 times or 100 times, depending on sort of what you do. It's going to be so much harder. And I also want to touch on the healing and the time out that I've had to take from making videos. My greatest intention is to put videos out that have a healing quality and a soothing quality to them. And if I'm going through major difficulties myself, or lessons, or healing, then I do not want my videos to be tainted with that energy, because I want you to come here and to watch these videos and go away from them feeling good and feeling happy and peaceful and uplifted. And the healing that I've had to do, it was quite strange, because I know that I'd already done a lot of the work ages ago, years ago, and I honestly thought that they were resolved and healed. But what I sort of had to go through was even more intense. It's like even more layers of the onion had to be peeled off. But I guess it's just, to purify even more, to let go even more, and to not ignore little things that may be bothering still, but just to go within and allow them to come out. So it is important that we take our time to heal, because we do not want to broadcast energies to the world and to each other that are not beneficial to our growth and our connections. We are broadcasters of energy, whether we like it or not, whether we think it or not. And if you are on this journey, then you have a special mission to help transform and transmute the current energy that the world is in into a more uplifting and a better way. And you can only do that when you are able to be your best. And we just have to go through our lessons individually first before we can join and go through more lessons that we were meant to learn together. And so it is vital that we take this time to really make ourselves the best versions that we can be, to live our lives the happiest that we can make it. Don't think I'll be happy tomorrow or next week or next year or whenever, when my person comes into my life again. Be happy right now. and you will attract happiness every step of the way, and allow them to come to you. I hope this message helps. I just want to announce, and I have already posted this on my community page, that my prices will be changing from January the 1st. If you still wanted to buy it at my old prices, you can. And I will actually be launching a bundle sale. So if you wanted to buy larger quantities, I will be offering up to 50% off. So the more you buy, of course, the more you save. And I'll be launching that next Monday, I believe, on the 21st. So I thank you all so very much for watching and have a beautiful day. Namaste.